How's it going, guys? Infamous. And I'm going to be sharing a funny story of mine when I was in high school. I was a junior in high school. Now, before I get started, I just want you guys to know that I do not encourage nor do I condone the use of drugs. That being said, here we go. So, this is my junior year. I think it's midpoint junior year. And we were on break. And I'm hanging out with a friend, and he's kind of a pothead, and he's always trying to get me to smoke with him. And I've never once agreed. But one day, he ends up calling one of his friends over, someone I don't know. I've never met him in my life. And his friend's like, "Hey, you cool?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you can, whatever you guys are going to do. I don't care." And then he's like, "Nah, you want to try something?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." And then he's like, "Come on, man, don't be bitch." And I was like, "Whoa, man, whoa. There's no need to get violent." So I kind of agreed. The peer pressure got to me. And it was on this little Post-it stamp. And I'm like, "What is that?" He's like, "Just put it in your mouth." And so me being, the smart guy that I am, I put it in my mouth. It could have been poison. It could have been fucking rat. It might have been rat poison. I just lived through it, luckily. Anyways, I put this in my mouth. I'm just sitting or watching TV. Nothing's happening. It's like, oh, I guess it's nothing. Don't worry about it. But then, like, I'm staring at the ceiling, and I don't know why I'm staring at it, but it looks like it's melting. And he had this type of ceiling that kind of has like this white, hard, like if you were to scratch it, it would crumble down. It had that type of ceiling, and it at that point it looked like it was melting. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, "Dude, it's your fucking ceiling's melting." And he's like, "Oh man, he's tripping." I'm like, "Yeah, no. Your ceiling is melting. I'm not tripping. Your ceiling is melting." And I was like, it's landing on me. And for some reason, I start biting at my skin, thinking that like, "Oh, this is really hot." Like, ow, ow, ow. And I start biting, and I was like, "Dude, it's melting. It's burning my hand. Like, it's melting my skin off." And I start biting. Then they try holding me down. They're like, "Here, drink some water." I'm like, "Okay." They're like, "Dude, you took acid." I'm like, "You gave me fucking acid." And I start tripping. I was like, no, like I'm gonna get in trouble. People are gonna find out. Like, I'm not good at hiding. I just thought your ceiling was melting. And they're like, "Dude, just watch TV. Just sit down." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm sitting down watching TV, and then for some reason I pay attention to his bathroom, and there was a window that was open, so it was brightly lit. And like at the end of the bathroom, you see this towel hanging, and it was a beach towel, but on it was Gumby. Out of all the characters you could have picked, he had Gumby on there. So I'm staring at him, and then like I kind of turn away, and then I see Gumby split second, like, and then he's no longer in the towel. And I tell him, like, "Dude, Gumby, you're Gumby. He's no longer on the towel. Like, he's gonna kill us." And they're like laughing at me. They're like, "Dude, shut up. Just wait it out. It'll pass." And I'm like, "No, Gumby is gonna kill us." And so I get up and I start looking for him. I'm walking around the house. They kind of don't care. They're just like, just let him. So I'm looking around the house, and for some reason, I guess the TV, something was going on, and I hear like a drawer open and like a knife, the sound of a knife scraping against metal. And I'm like, Gumby's got a knife. And I start running out. I run out the house, and they start chasing me, and they kind of, they eventually catch me, and they start fighting me all the way back, like pulling me. I'm yelling, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs that they're gonna kill me, and these guys are like, "Dude, calm down, you're gonna get us in trouble." Eventually they get me back in the house. They kind of calm me down, they give me some water, but I'm watching TV, and I feel like the ceiling is still melting. Gumby's on the loose with the knife, and I'm watching TV. Now we're watching, I don't remember off the top of my head what it was, but I think it was like CSI Miami. Maybe it could have been something else. But I see one of the characters go out of the shot, and I think is like, "Oh my god, he left there because he knows I'm high. He's coming to arrest us. He's gonna come and arrest us, and he's gonna take me home to my mom, and my mom's gonna beat my ass." And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, for some reason I can see him through the wall, like his outline. I can see him through the wall. He's like, "Dude, he's right here. Dude, come on, we gotta go. Like, the cops are coming. And again, I grab my backpack and I start running. Or not my backpack. I don't know what I had. I grabbed something. I could have grabbed an ashtray for all I know. I grabbed something and I start running. And the reason I say I grabbed it is because they start chasing after me again. But this time when I look back at them, they don't have a face. So whatever I picked up, I just tossed at them out of fear. I thought I was in a Freddy Krueger movie. And again, they eventually catch me. They're sitting, we're sitting there on the sidewalk. Like I'm like yelling and people are stopping to look. And at this point, I don't really remember too much, but this is what my friends are telling me happened. Somebody gets out of a car, starts calling 911, and like my friends freak out. They're like, oh God, they're gonna find out. They start running. They leave me there. The guy comes over to me. He's like, are you okay? I don't know what the hell's going on, but I hear his voice and it's very soothing. I was like, yeah, Dad, where are you? And the guy starts freaking out. And then like I kind of see him and I'm like, that's not my dad. So I grab my shit and I start running home. And it's a long run. My house was probably a good 6 miles away. And I never stopped. I just kept going and going and going. And I eventually get home. And, my mom's sitting out there just, talking to a neighbor. And she sees me and I'm like, oh shit. I'm probably still high. And, I kind of like, I think to myself, like, if I just look to the ground, my mom won't notice. So my mom looks at me coming into the house with my head, in my head, I think I look okay. But I come in and my mom's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And I said, nothing. She's like, did you get in a fight? And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, that would explain why you look so shameful. And I was like, yeah, that's it. And so I go to my room and I sit there and I try and go to sleep and I just hear laughing and laughing. And I'm like, God, when is this high gonna go? And eventually it does. But that was the worst experience. That was my first experience and my last with any type of drug. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, I hope you guys take something from this. This is Infamous signing out. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, leave a comment down there and try and get this up to like 3 likes. Who knows? Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.